Hey, I saw a video a few days ago of people showing what they have on for books, and I'm a very big Nietzsche fan, and so I have quite a few books on Nietzsche, as you can see right here. These are all the Cambridge books, the major writings of Nietzsche. Like the one right here is Twilight of the Idols and Antichrist. This is probably one of the best ones to get for these two. Um, but for Cambridge, I got Daybreak, Untimely Meditations, The Birth of Tragedy, and I have the Will to Power Volume 1 and 2, which is not of Cambridge, The Gay Science, Thus Spoke Zarathustra, Writing from the Late Notebooks, Writing from the Early Notebooks, and gene- Genealogy of Morality, and The Antichrist, Ecce Homo, Twilight of the Idols, Beyond Good and Evil, and Human, All Too Human. And I got a few lesser known books by Nietzsche, book of poems called The Peacock and the Buffalo. I have this one here is the Greek music drama by Friedrich Nietzsche. And I have this one here, the selected letters by Friedrich Nietzsche. Kind of selected writings of Nietzsche and the death of God. And Dithrams of Dionysus. And his book, The Pre-Platonic Philosophers, as well as unpublished letters by Nietzsche. Another selected called Philosophy and Truth from the Notebook of early 1870s. And this one is, let's see if I can get it here, The Philosophy and the Tragic Age of the Greeks by Friedrich Nietzsche. This one is Dawn of Day by Friedrich Nietzsche. Let's see what else I have here. I have Friedrich Nietzsche on the Advantage and Disadvantage of History for Life. There's another smaller book here. This one is On the Truth and Lies, A Normal Sense, also by Friedrich Nietzsche. And I have this one here, Anti-Education by Friedrich Nietzsche. Let's see, show that one. Then this one is The Life of Friedrich Nietzsche by Daniel Halevi, if I'm saying that correctly. This is probably one of the best biographies on Nietzsche, is the one by Walter Kaufmann. And I got two books here by same author, for the same publication, Nietzsche on Morality, which is Routledge. And the same thing here, Nietzsche on Art. And Stefan Zweig, I believe, The Struggle with the Daemon of Hölderlin, Kleist, and Nietzsche. And The Three Masters, also by Stefan Zweig. I just have it here just because they're together. Leslie Chambers, Nietzsche in Turin, which is actually a pretty good book. It's kind of centered around his time in Turin, which I would recommend. Another one by Stefan Zweig. This one is, here it is, Nietzsche. This one here, The Affirmation of Life, by Bernard Regenster. This is a kind of hard book to get into, but it actually is a very good book. Another biography by R.J. Hollindale, Nietzsche, the man and his philosophy. This is another one I would recommend. Pious Nietzsche, Decadence and Dionysian Faith by Bruce Ellis Benson. I got another one of his books called Graven Ideologies, Nietzsche, Derrida, and Marion on Modern Idolatry, which is also a very good book. Let's see, this one is Michael Allen Gillespie, kind of the commentary on Nietzsche's final teaching. Another one of his books called Nihilism Before Nietzsche. Leo Strauss, also kind of commentary on Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Another one here is Nietzsche, the Antichrist and the Anti-Political, Dionysus, Mythology, and Aristocratic Radicalism. This one is by Gwendolyn Totten. Julian Young, Nietzsche's Philosophy of Art. I have Gilles Deleuze, Nietzsche and Philosophy. This is also a kind of a commentary on Antichrist. It's called The Shadow of the Antichrist, Nietzsche's Critique of Christianity by Stephen Williams. This is a book I definitely would recommend as well. Another one here is Nietzsche Against the Crucified by Alistair Key, another book worth looking into. And I have the big biography of Friedrich Nietzsche by Curtis Kate. I have Stephen Hicks' book, Nietzsche and the Nazis. A contemporary of Nietzsche, Louise Salome, she was a friend of his, and her biography on Nietzsche. Another biography on Nietzsche by Rudiger Safransky. This is also a very good one. Let's see here. Next one is Friedrich Nietzsche and the Politics of the Soul, a study of heroic individualism by Leslie Paul Thiel. I was about to say thick, but it's looks like it's Thiel. Another one is The Invention of Dionysus, Essays on the Birth of Tragedy by James Porter. Another biography, Doubt Realize, The Life of Friedrich Nietzsche by Daniel Halevi. I believe that's pretty similar to the one I just showed earlier. Here's another one, What a Philosopher Is, Becoming Nietzsche by Lawrence Lampert. This one here is also a book I would recommend, called The Hidden God, Luther, Philosophy and Political Theology. The reason I keep this one with Nietzsche is because it kind of parallels what Nietzsche would say, and he kind of will eventually bring it back to Nietzsche and the death of God. So the hidden God of Luther is connected to the death of God of Nietzsche. That's what he's going to eventually connect together. I have this one here, Vattimo in Theology. He is an Italian philosopher who is also into Nietzsche. And I have this one here, Nietzsche and Theology. And the third one is Marion and Theology. Let's see here. Next one is, this one's a good one, Nietzsche versus Paul. It's one of the few books out there that kind of takes on the argument between the two individuals that Nietzsche brings out. Let's see. Next one here is A Radical Philosophy of St. Paul. And the reason I kind of keep that here kind of goes with the theme of Nietzsche versus Paul. And also, the other reason I do that is because there's a lot of connection between Nietzsche and modern philosophers that they kind of, when they kind of talk about Paul, they kind of bring in Nietzsche. So there's a bit of a crossover there. And let's see. The next one is An Introduction to Nietzsche as a Political Thinker This one is by Keith Ansel Pearson. The next one here is Nietzsche and Levinas After the Death of a Certain God. This one is edited by Jill Stauffer and Bettina Burgo. The next one here is Recovering the Liberal Spirit, Nietzsche, Individuality and Spiritual Freedom. The next one here is American Nietzsche. This one is by Jennifer Ratner Rosenhagen. History of icon and his ideas. This isn't necessarily a biography. This is more of how Nietzsche has influenced American thought. The next one here is Individuality and Beyond. Nietzsche reads Emerson by Benedita Zavada. The next book here is Nietzsche's Protestant Fathers, A Study in Prodigal Christianity by Thomas Nevin. This is a book I've been wanting to read, so it's on my list to read at some point. I have the Cambridge Companion to Nietzsche. The next one here is Nietzsche and Modern German Thought, also edited by Keith Ansel Pearson. Alex Ross on Wagnerism, Art and Politics in the Shadow of Music. This next one is probably one of the biggest books on Nietzsche. I can get it out. It's Nietzsche, The Aristocratic Rebel by Domenico Lasordo. This book clocks over 1,000 pages. The next one here is Hugo Drocon, Nietzsche's Great Politics. The next one here is The Other Nietzsche by Joan Stombaugh. And this one here is Friedrich Nietzsche, Philosopher of Culture by Frederick Copleston. And have a bit of, the last is right here. J. Aaron Simmons, Camping with Kierkegaard. I keep that here because of, I brought it with Hiking with Nietzsche by John Kaag. Next one is How to Read Like a Parasite by Daniel Tutt. This one is a pretty good one if you're interested in the politics of Nietzsche. Kind of leans to the left, but it's a very good read. Jonas Sika, How to Philosophize with a Hammer and Sickle. Again, very good. Kind of, again, leans to the left politically. Dangerous Minds by Biner. Deals with how Nietzsche influences the right. And this one is covered in stickers. This one is The New Nietzsche, edited by David B. Allison. Let's see. And Reading the New Nietzsche, also by Allison. And we have Eric Heller, The Importance of Nietzsche. Another one by Carl Loweth, From Hegel to Nietzsche. And Friedrich Nietzsche, Truth and Affirmation. Not sure why that's here. Should be over on the other side. I Am Dynamite. It's another biography on Nietzsche. This one is by, let's see here, Sue Perdue, looks like. Another one here, Young Nietzsche by Pletz. Let's see, this one here is, take these off. Open this one up. This one's an old book. Son of the Morning. I believe this is the biography of Nietzsche. And let's see here, by Edward J. O'Brien. I'm just curious, when was this printed? Like this one goes back to 1932, so this is an old one. Next one is Nietzsche and the Critique of Revolution by Antonio Fontana. Let's see. Next one is Why Nietzsche? This is edited by Alan Schrift, and it has various different philosophers dealing with various subjects on this one. And so this is Nietzsche and the Critique of Revolution. Crane Brenton, again, biography on Nietzsche. Let's see. This one is by Robert Solomon and Kathleen Higgins, What Nietzsche Really Said. And then there's this one here, Nietzsche's Death of God and Italian Philosophy. Let's see, we got Nietzsche and the Question of Interpretation by Alan D. Schrift. And the last one here is Reading Nietzsche, edited by Robert Solomon and Kathleen Higgins. So that is my collection on Nietzsche. Almost all the books that I have here. Not to mention books that I have that are actually influenced by Nietzsche, are on a different shelf. So I may actually do that another time. But let me kind of put all this back together here. So let me just show you what I have here. So this is everything that I've shown. Well, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much.